I see a lot of Christians these days on the internet and in various YouTube videos using words like bastard, and they're calling people that word, and they're trying to use the Bible to justify it because you can find the word bastard in the King James Version. They also do this with other words that we'll be talking about in this video. So forgive me for using these words in this video, but this is for a teaching. Alright, so the truth is, a lot of times when people are using these words, they're using these words unbiblically and hypocritically because they will use these words and they will say, well, these words are found in the Bible, therefore it's okay to use them. But the truth is, the definition of these words that we have today is different from the original definition in the Bible. For example, the word bastard in the Bible means a person who was born in fornication. In other words, when a woman and a man have sex together and they conceive a child out of wedlock, that person would have been referred to as a bastard. It has nothing to do with the modern day definition. So anytime you see this word in the Bible, it's talking about a child that has an illegitimate child that has parents that wasn't married. When and I'm not making this up, you can look this up and research it. But when we use that word in our culture, and when I used to use that word all the time, I never used it in that context. I used it to describe a despicable person of bad character, somebody that you can't stand. The same thing that people use when they call somebody a jack ASS or ASS hole, or when people use words like bitch. It really, all these kinds of words, they describe despicable people who you hate. That's a bad character. A mother and the F word. They're very similar words here. So when these people are going around calling people a bastard and they say, well, it's in the Bible, they're using it in the context of the world. That's the way they're meaning it. They're not meaning a child that was born in fornication. They're meaning it in the modern day terms. But they use the Bible to cover it up and justify it. So you see how they're being a hypocrite with that? Let's move on to a bitch. I'm not going to say that word in the video, but it means a female dog, right? Well, bitch doesn't even appear in the Bible. But here comes the hypocrisy. In the Bible, they say, Jesus, speaking to a woman, he tells a parable where he compares those outside of the children of Israel to dogs, right? She says even the dogs eat from the table. So they say, well, wait a minute now. A female dog is a bitch. Therefore, they will say Jesus called a woman a bitch. That's not true. He didn't. Even if the words mean the same thing, he did not use bitch. Second of all, even if he would have, it had the accurate definition, a female canine. It had nothing to do with a despicable woman who you can't stand, who has bad character, which is the modern day definition for the word bitch. So when these people call women bitchs and they try to justify it with Jesus, they're not even using the same definition Jesus was using with the word dog. So you can see this is just complete hypocrisy. Also, a-hole or a dumb ASS, when people use these words, they will say dumb ASS is in the Bible. And it is in 2 Peter. Peter calls the donkey a dumb ASS. He's talking about a donkey here. He's not talking about a human being. He's talking about a donkey. So when someone calls me a dumb ASS, they are not calling me a donkey. Alright? It means a retard in modern day times. And that's what they're calling me. Or calling you. In the same way, when somebody says a-hole, that's not even in the Bible. And it means the same thing as a bastard does in modern day times. It's not something that we should be calling people. It's considered a form of reviling. And these people will justify it by saying Peter used that word. Yeah, but he was talking about a donkey. He wasn't talking about a person. I mean, common sense. You see, there's two things you need to be able to interpret Scripture. You need spiritual discernment and common sense. And in modern day times, we're lacking both. Even the words like damn and hell, when people are using it, like when people say what the hell, when people say damn you to somebody, that's cussing. All right, that is not using these words in the way that the Bible did. Hell is the place, is the final destination of the wicked, and damn means to condemn. To say damnation is the same thing as condemnation. All right, so when we say damn you, we're saying condemn you. We ain't supposed to be condemning nobody. Only Jesus can condemn somebody to hell. So let's abstain from using these cuss words. And if you're someone who has stopped cussing, don't let anybody, I don't care if they're a street preacher, pastor, whatever, don't let anybody persuade you to get back in the habit of cussing again. God bless.